Hello. Well, my name is I'm known as Low Power. People call me that. So my nickname is Low, and the Power is just this is my nickname. Some people call me. My nickname is Low, but some people call me Low Power and all that. Not that I'm low on power. It's just you know it's just a name that came about as I was working. I'm a plumber, and I tightened this. I tightened this fitting so tight that nobody get it loose. And that guy came up not loosening. I said take that low power to do it. So this is where low power come from. Anyway, this is low power. I'm just coming to talk about this controversy going on in the black community and on the internet, where we talking about who, we playing this blame game, on why everything is so messed up in our community. And the thing is, there's truths on both parts. The black man isn't taking his responsibility. Black woman is, partly responsible because, you know, black women seem to flock to the thugs and them type of things. And the reality is there's truth to that, and it really is true. As a black man, I found that to be true. That the majority of black women, as they come up, have some reason bought into this thug thing. That some reason when Tupac came out, this craze of wanting a thug came out, and black women flocked to that. And in my generation, I was a young teenager when this thug thing started becoming prominent. So what you have is this um, bad guys are good mentality. That's what women want. But the reality is, the problem with our society and our family is that we've gotten away from the truth of the Bible, what the Bible teaches. We need to get away from the lies. We need to realize they're lies. That we could try to live a life without God and without the direction that God's given us. You know, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in him a long time. But there's a time where I didn't put into practice the things that I knew to be true. There were times where I walked away. I would say I fell away from the truth. I went and I gave into the peer pressure saying you need to have sex and all this stuff outside of marriage. The problem is we need to get back to basics. We need to get back to the Bible. The Bible says you shouldn't have sex before marriage. God puts sex within one context, and that's marriage between men and women. So the thing is, we can cut out all these problems we have if we just get smart and stop being stupid and thinking we're smarter than God. You see, the problem is with us. We as black men, see, marriage is so important because in marriage, what you have, I just got married. In marriage, what you have is a man and a woman. You have the man as the head, the woman, the man is the head of the family. So that's what the Bible teaches. So what you have is the woman as the helpmate. So what you have in marriage is you have a focus on what's important. You have a man's motivation right in his own household, and you have him keeping all his what's the word I'm looking for? His substance in his own house. He's building himself by building his family. So the thing is, when you have a man and a wife, they come together, they make a child, and they put their resources, their wisdom, and their energy into their child. That builds that child up, and that child is taught in the ways of God, and he learns, and he has a foundation that makes him strong for the rest of his life. You see, we look at as a guy who thought himself to be a nice guy. coming up, I saw how, you know, the thugs and stuff, the bad guys got all the girls, and I thought, oh man, that's so horrible, and it made me feel like, to be a nice guy doesn't pay, but the reality is, nice guys, we finish first, but we don't understand that coming up because a lot of us, like myself, my mother and father divorced, so I didn't have my father in the household, so I didn't get to see that marriage is beneficial. Having one woman is beneficial. You see what I'm saying? You only need one woman. You don't need a whole lot of women. So we see that bad, as a kid, not having that godly parent, that godly father bringing us up in the ways of God. We see the bad guys getting all the girls, and we think that's, we think they getting over. We thinking it's profitable to be a bad guy because they get all the attention from the girls. And likewise, because women aren't seeing, they're not being brought up in these households where there's a man who respects a woman in the household and who's sacrifices for him. They think that it's beneficial to be a whore, to be a slutty type woman, because that's the type of woman that's getting all the attention from the boys. You see, so what we have is, because we're not living our godly principles and we don't have a God-centered conscience anymore, that we are allowing the ways, what we learn out of society, what society has told us is the right way to go, the sexual freedom that we have is so important to us that that frames our state of mind. So when we see as nice guys, the bad guys getting all the girls, we think something strange is happening, and we're being done wrong, and we're losing, we're missing out. And it was a time when women wanted to be seen as pure, wanted to be seen, respected as such, but they see the slutty woman getting on the men, and they see that as something, as a tragedy. So they start to see that it's not profitable to be a virtuous woman. So they become slutty, and they think now they're getting man attention. They think that something good is happening to them, but it's not. Because sooner or later they're going to realize they're being used just for a sexual purpose. And then when they get pregnant outside of marriage and the guy doesn't have a connection with them because he hasn't committed himself to her because he hasn't married her, then they feel like they're left holding the bag and they're done wrong, they're being dogged. But the problem is we got it wrong in the first place because we don't have our minds right because we're not walking in the ways of God. If you're going to have sex, with a man outside of marriage, then you can't expect him. Or let me put it like this: it's like he's not going. If he get the milk for free, he's not going to buy the cow. Why? I mean, that's an old statement, but why? Just lose your brain. It doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. And at the same time, women are the ones that get pregnant, so they're left with the child. So, but then we raise up men now who don't have an ideal of marriage as being beneficial to him. So then we keep this thing going along. So we need to get back to the Bible. We get back to the truth. We get back to God's ways. Sex inside of marriage. Not to say that I did it right, but I'm doing it right now. Now I'm going to raise my kid to know what the right way is. So he won't see all these guys acting bad and getting all these slutty girls and think that's the way to be. He going to see me and his mother together in love and see how that's better. All right. Peace.